Welcome to Stamps Old World UK, your #1 source for everything related to rare and historical stamps from Britain and beyond. Today, we take a journey into the captivating world of philately with a deep dive into one of the most iconic stamps in history, the legendary penny black. But we won't stop at just the history. In this video, we'll also explore the market value of rare stamps in today's world, especially in dollars, and help you understand why these small pieces of paper can hold immense value for collectors across the globe. The stamp you're looking at on the screen right now is the penny black, the very first postage stamp ever issued. It was introduced in the United Kingdom on May 1, 1840 during the reign of Queen Victoria. Featuring her elegant profile, the penny black revolutionized the way we send mail and kicked off what we now know as the stamp collecting hobby. What makes the penny black so remarkable is not just its age, but its historical importance. It laid the foundation for postal systems all over the world. Every serious stamp collector dreams of owning one, and even today, nearly 2 centuries later, it continues to be the crown jewel in many collections. Now let's talk about what really interests collectors and investors alike. How much is a penny black worth in today's market in US dollars? The value of this stamp can vary dramatically based on several factors, including condition, margins, plate number, and whether it has been used or is still in mint condition. A typical used penny black in decent condition with clear margins can fetch between $200 to $500 US dollars. However, if the stamp is in excellent condition with 4 full margins and a neat cancellation mark, it can easily command prices upwards of $1,000 to even $5,000. And here's where it gets truly exciting. If you manage to find a mint condition penny black, especially one with its original gum and no signs of handling, you might be looking at a price tag of $10,000 to $20,000 or more, depending on provenance and rarity. But the penny black is just the beginning. The world of rare stamps includes thousands of other fascinating pieces, many of which have seen their values skyrocket in recent years due to increased interest in alternative investments and historical memorabilia. Stamps from British colonies, misprinted stamps, and limited edition issues are all gaining traction among collectors and investors. For instance, the British Guiana 1C Magenta remains the most expensive stamp ever sold, having fetched over $9 million at auction. This highlights just how serious the stamp collecting world has become when it comes to valuation and demand. If you are a beginner looking to enter this world, you should know that condition is everything. Stamps are graded on several criteria, including centering, gum condition, perforation quality, and cancellation clarity. Even a rare stamp can be worth significantly less if it's damaged or heavily used. Investing in stamps is not only about the monetary value, but also about the rich stories behind them. Each stamp carries a piece of history, whether it was sent during a world war, part of a royal issue, or commemorated a major event. That's why philately is often referred to as the hobby of kings. Now you might be wondering, where can you buy or sell valuable stamps like the penny black in today's market? Trusted auction houses like Sotheby's, Stanley Gibbons, and Spink regularly handle rare stamp auctions. Online platforms like eBay and Del Campe also provide opportunities to buy and sell, though caution is advised to avoid fakes and forgeries. It's crucial to always get stamps authenticated and graded by professionals before making any large purchases. If you're thinking long-term, investing in high-grade historical stamps is similar to investing in fine art. They tend to retain value and often appreciate over time. In today's digital world, some might assume stamp collecting is a thing of the past, but on the contrary, rare stamps are seeing a resurgence in popularity. Collectors are now younger, smarter, and better connected through online communities. And with prices of certain stamps reaching record highs, the hobby has taken on a new life as both a passion and a smart financial investment. If you're holding on to old stamps handed down from your grandparents, now is the time to dig them out and get them appraised. Who knows, you might be sitting on a hidden fortune.
Next up, the most iconic and historically significant stamps from Great Britain, the penny red. While the world often talks about the famous penny black, the penny red is equally important and deserves a full exploration of its background, evolution, and, most importantly, its market value in today's collector economy. If you're holding on to one of these stamps, or if you're considering adding one to your collection, this video is going to walk you through everything you need to know. So sit back, relax, and let's dive into the rich history and rising value of the penny red in the global stamp market. The penny red was introduced in 1841 as a direct replacement for the penny black. Although the penny black had achieved massive success as the first adhesive postage stamp, postal officials quickly realized that its black color made it difficult to see the red cancellation marks, leading to concerns about fraudulent reuse. As a result, the color was changed from black to red-brown, and thus the penny red was born. This change wasn't just cosmetic, it represented an important evolution in the security and functionality of postage stamps. For nearly 4 decades, the penny red was the most commonly used stamp in Britain, remaining in circulation until 1879. With billions printed during its lifetime, you might think it's a common and low-value stamp. But as any serious collector knows, rarity isn't just about numbers, it's about condition, plate number, print variety, and historical significance. Now, let's talk about what you really want to know. How much is a penny red worth in the modern market, particularly in US dollars? The answer depends on a variety of factors. Common penny reds from later print runs, especially those that are heavily used and have imperfections, may only be worth around $5 to $10. However, if the stamp is in good condition, with full margins, a clear postmark, and rich color, its value can increase significantly. A well-preserved penny red can easily sell for $30 to $100, depending on its rarity and the plate number it was printed from. Certain plate numbers, especially lower or early ones like plate 11, are highly sought after by collectors and can fetch much higher prices, sometimes up to $500 or more for examples in excellent condition. One of the most fascinating aspects of the penny red is the vast number of different plates used during its production. From plate 12 to plate 225, each plate had its own subtle differences and identifying characteristics. Some plates, like plates 77, 225, and 70, are considered extremely rare and valuable. In fact, a penny red from plate 77 in pristine condition has sold for over $500,000 at auction, making it one of the most expensive British stamps ever sold. This goes to show that while many penny reds are indeed common, some specific issues are incredibly rare and hold great monetary and historical value. Collectors spend years tracking down examples from each plate, and this challenge has become one of the most thrilling pursuits in British philately. Condition also plays a massive role in determining the value of a penny red. The stamp's perforations, margins, cancellation mark, and color intensity all factor into its grading. Stamps with 4 clear margins, minimal cancellation ink, and no damage or fading are considered premium examples. Even slight variations in shade or watermark can influence value, especially among seasoned collectors who specialize in identifying rare print variations. For example, penny reds printed on bluish paper or those with unique cancellation marks from smaller post offices can carry a higher price tag in today's market. Let's also consider the modern stamp market trends. Over the past decade, there has been a noticeable resurgence in the popularity of classic stamps, driven by both nostalgia and alternative investing. In a time when financial markets are uncertain and digital assets are volatile, many collectors and investors are turning to physical, historical assets like rare stamps. The penny red has become a symbol of British heritage, and its accessibility, paired with the potential for discovering rare varieties, makes it an attractive option for both new and seasoned collectors. Auction houses such as Stanley Gibbons, Spink, and Sotheby's continue to list penny reds at increasing valuations, and online platforms like eBay and Delcamp have seen strong sales and bidding wars over high-quality examples. If you're just beginning your journey into stamp collecting, or if you're thinking about investing in British historical stamps, the penny red offers a perfect starting point. Not only is it rich in history and beautifully designed, but it also offers you the chance to own a real piece of Victorian England at a price that can suit nearly any budget. But beware, like any collectible market, the world of stamps has its share of forgeries and misidentified pieces. Always consider buying from reputable dealers or having your stamp professionally appraised or graded. This small step can make a huge difference in ensuring you understand what you own and what it's truly worth. In conclusion, the penny red is far more than just a successor to the penny black. It's a stamp with a story that spans generations, carrying with it the communication and connection of Victorian society. It represents innovation, artistry, and the everyday life of 19th century Britain. Its market value in today's world can range from a few dollars to hundreds of thousands of dollars, depending on rarity, condition, and historical context. For collectors, it's not just about the dollar amount, it's about holding a tangible piece of history, one that links us back to the origins of global communication and the golden age of British postal service. Whether you're an experienced philatelist or a curious newcomer, the penny red is a stamp that absolutely deserves a place in your collection.
Next up, the penny black, specifically a specimen from position AA, complete with the striking red Maltese cross cancellation. This is not just any stamp. This is a piece of living history, a rare and powerful artifact that links us back to a time when postage was undergoing a complete transformation. Today, we're going to dive deep into the background, significance, and modern-day value in dollars of this incredible piece, and by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why the penny black remains the most celebrated stamp ever printed. The penny black was first issued on May 1st, 1940, and officially used from May 6th of the same year. It features the profile of Queen Victoria, based on a sketch drawn by William Wyon, who had captured the young queen's likeness at the age of 15. Printed in rich black ink on unwatermarked paper, the penny black was the world's first adhesive postage stamp. It set the global precedent for prepaid postage and launched what would become one of the most beloved and widespread hobbies in history, stamp collecting, also known as philately. The stamp's design, featuring Queen Victoria facing left with intricate linework around the edges, was revolutionary for its time. It symbolized the dawn of an era where people could communicate more affordably, faster, and with greater reliability regardless of class or social standing. Now, the stamp shown in this video is not just any penny black. What makes it truly extraordinary is its position and cancellation. It's a lower left corner position AA stamp, the very first stamp on a full sheet of 240 row A, column A. This was literally the first stamp printed on the first sheet of the first stamp ever issued in the world. That positioning alone adds immense historical weight and collector value. But what makes this example even more special is the vivid red Maltese cross cancellation, a striking visual mark designed to prevent reuse of the stamp. The red cancellation was later replaced with black ink for better visibility, but early issues like this, with the bold red cancel, are considered extremely desirable among collectors. The AA position in particular is regarded as one of the most sought-after combinations of plate, position, and postmark. As with all collectible items, condition is everything. The four margins, the depth of color, the clarity of the queen's profile, and the intensity of the cancellation all contribute to the final valuation of a penny black. When we talk about the market value of this stamp in today's currency, specifically in US dollars, the range can be quite wide. A common penny black from a less desirable position with imperfections can sell for anywhere between $200 to $500. However, a well-centered stamp with clear margins and minimal damage can fetch prices of $2,000 to $5,000. When we shift our focus to rare positional stamps like AA with clean, bold red Maltese cross cancellations, we're stepping into the premium tier. Depending on condition and provenance, such examples can sell for $10,000, $20,000, or even up to $40,000 US dollars at specialized auctions. But it doesn't stop there. Exceptionally rare and historically significant penny blacks from position AA with known plate numbers and confirmed provenance from early official sheets have been valued at over $100,000 US dollars in private transactions and auctions handled by elite houses like Sotheby's and Spink. Some of these examples are even held in national archives and museum collections, never to be sold, making the ones available on the private market even more desirable and competitive to acquire. And if your penny black happens to come with original documentation or is part of a documented early correspondence or letter cover, its historical and monetary value could rise dramatically. The story of the penny black is not just about value, it's about legacy. It's about a time when Britain was leading the world into the modern postal age, a time when paper and ink carried emotions, love letters, business deals, and war dispatches across cities and continents. The penny black was a revolutionary invention born out of necessity, driven by innovation, and sealed with royal elegance. It helped democratize communication and left an indelible mark on world history. And owning one, especially in the rare AA position with the red Maltese cross cancellation, means owning a relic of that monumental transformation. It connects you to the past in a way that few other objects can. It's a conversation starter, a museum piece, a slice of British identity, and a testament to one of the greatest innovations in communication history. If you are a stamp collector, investor, historian, or simply someone curious about rare and beautiful things, the penny black AA stamp is one of those treasures that deserves a permanent place in your imagination, if not your collection. It's a perfect combination of rarity, beauty, and historical significance, three key factors that drive not only stamp prices, but also the passions of those who seek them. In a world filled with digital noise and fleeting trends, the timeless elegance of this stamp remains steadfast. It reminds us that the smallest objects can carry the heaviest weight of meaning and value.